Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking all about transitioning from relying on referrals to actually generating organic leads for your business. And we'll explore kind of what this shift entails, practical strategies to achieve it, and why organic traffic is crucial for sustainable growth. Let's dive in. You are listening to That Big CEO Energy, where we talk all things business, life, marriage, and push you to a new edge of discovering what that big CEO energy means for you. Listen, I understand that we have barriers that we carry from when we were once employees, and those have impacted us as we continue to build our businesses. I'm here to walk alongside you and give you encouragement through interviews with friends and other women in business who have broken down those barriers and paved their own way. Tune in with me as we uncover some of the unconscious things that we do that keep us from building that big CEO energy we've always dreamed about. Let's dive in. I've been having a lot of conversations lately about referrals and organic traffic to business. So I wanted to unpack a little bit today on referrals and organic growth. And sometimes when we are looking to expand our business, we have to look at where our people are coming from, right? And referrals have been a long, valuable source of my business. But they're a really good resource for any sort of business, right? When we think about service-based businesses that have clients attached to them, referrals often come from those people that we're doing business with, and then they see somebody out in whatever they're doing, and they say, oh my gosh, I have somebody that would be perfect to help you. And so that's kind of the traction of that, right? And when we rely on the word of mouth recommendations to attract new clients and customers, while referrals are undeniably very powerful, they can also be unpredictable and very limited in scale. So I want us to think about when we say limited in scale, oftentimes we do business with or associate ourselves with, by no coincidence or no fault of our own, with like-minded people, right? So oftentimes we have ourselves in bubbles where the same people are making the same type of revenue, that we're on the same revenue track, and that's not bad at all. But what happens is it sort of puts you in a little bit of a vacuum. And when we think about referrals, usually our referrals are immediate people that we know, right? So we're already doing business with them, or we have already gotten some sort of connection with them. And so we share sort of the revenue track that each of us is on. And so when we say limited to scale, oftentimes that puts us as service providers in a position where the same types of people are going to have the same type of budget, right? So we have to sort of get out of that and start thinking about what it means to create organic traffic and organic leads. And those come to you naturally through online channels, right? But they do offer a more scalable and sustainable approach to business growth. And so today we'll talk about how to kind of make that transition and where to reap the benefits of organic traffic. But first, let's kind of talk a little bit more about why organic leads are so valuable. And we already sort of discussed that referrals kind of rely on the existing relationships that we have, right? But organic leads are generated through the online channels, such as your search engines, your social media. It's generated through optimizing, right, your online presence and providing valuable content. When you do that, you can attract a steady stream of potential clients or customers who are actively seeking the solutions that your business offers. So organic leads also tend to have higher conversion rates and lower acquisition costs, which makes them a cost-effective growth strategy in the long run for your business. And so some of the practical strategies that you can do to transition from referrals to organic leads is first, optimize your website, right? Search engines do keyword search, right? SEO, we hear it everywhere, but putting out high quality SEO friendly content is really the pinnacle of optimizing your website. And I have really struggled with this. I'm going to be honest with you, because the second I figure out SEO is the second that you've got to be figuring it out again. So I do struggle with SEO, but I know how powerful it is. And blogs are not dead. I know that in recent months, we have, gotten a little bit of a drip from everyone that is sort of who anyone is to say that blogs are not dead. I don't think they ever really died. I like reading blogs. Maybe I'm just the only person. Raise your hand in your car or wherever you're traveling if you like blogs. But creating high quality SEO friendly content will improve your visibility, in the search engine results and attract organic traffic to your site. With that being said, your site also has to be optimized that when people land on it, is it clear? Is it clear on what you do, who you serve, and how you can help them? So when you have that buttoned up, you can tap into social media platforms and leverage those platforms to engage in your audience and always have some place to refer them to, right? When you're showing up in your social media and you're sharing valuable insights or you're showcasing your expertise, consistency is the key here. And it doesn't have to be every day, but it has to be consistent. And I'm learning this. And you all know my disdain for social media. You do. But I'm understanding that if I regularly publish content that resonates with who my target audience is, and I encourage them along the way to engage with my brand or something that they will need, they naturally will come back. And so when they start to come back, that's both consciously and subconsciously how you start to nurture them. And you don't have to have a 16 email sequence that, is keyword stuffed and blah, da, 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 da. You don't need all of that. You just need to show up consistently as yourself. And you need to be organic so that your organic traffic comes. One of the most effective ways that we can generate organic leads is through content marketing. When we create a content calendar, right, that outlines the topics that we're going to address with the audience pain points or interests, this comes in the form of the blog posts, the videos, the podcasts, the infographics, whatever format best suits your audience and expertise. When you distribute your content across those various channels and platforms to maximize your reach and engagement, over time, your content will establish you as a trusted authority in your industry, which then drives organic traffic to your website and it starts generating leads. Here's what I'll say. This doesn't happen overnight. Say it with me. Ready? This doesn't happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. Your business is not going to be built in a day. Your organic leads are not going to come to you overnight. They're not going to come to you in a week. They might not come to you in a month. They might not come to you in 6 months. Keep showing up. Keep learning about SEO. And the reason why I'm harping on this is because I see it all the time in the industry that I'm in. why can't I get organic traffic? Why am I not getting these organic people? And why do I consistently have to rely on referrals? And the reality of this situation is we're putting out the things, right? And we're doing this stuff, but something in all of that of what we are doing is missing. And so you get to play detective. You get to look at your SEO and you get to pull it apart and you get to say what is working, what is not working, what are the numbers. Even if your numbers are small, you're still trending some way, right? So capitalize on that. Where can I put more emphasis? Can I do something different? But it's only until we go back and we do an analysis of what we're currently doing and what's currently working and what's not working that we start to understand how we can tap into the life of our organic people. And one of the most effective ways, right, is getting together a strategy. You have to, after you peel back the onion layer and you've gathered all your data and you know kind of where you stand, build a strategy. And you're probably saying to me, I don't have time for that. And you probably don't. So then you have one of two choices. One is you make time and you set aside time, which I have tons of podcast episodes on time and how to effectively use it. Or you hire somebody. You hire somebody to come in and do the dirty work for you and put together a plan. Those are kind of your two choices if we want to move from referrals to organic traffic, right? But organic traffic is essential for long-term business success. So unlike referrals, right, which we know can fluctuate on external factors, organic traffic provides a reliable and sustainable source of leads. And so when you invest in your online presence and you're creating valuable content, you can attract a continuous stream of potential clients. And you also put yourself in a position of finding people who are actively searching for what you offer, which means that when they are actively searching and they already know what they want, it's an easy sale and it's an easy client because you don't have to talk them into anything. So organic traffic really allows you to reach a broader audience and diversify your lead generation efforts. But it has to come in the form of thinking of the long-term game, thinking of what this helps in the long term. Because if you are searching for immediate gratification in organic traffic, that is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. And when you diversify what your lead generation efforts are, and when you reduce the reliance on a single source or a single channel, which is referrals, you often start to position yourself into chasing what organic leads look like to you. So I always put emphasis on people that if you're doing all the social media channels, that's fine. If it works for you, that's great. But you have to figure out where your audience is. Who are you talking to? What platform are they showing up? And you're probably saying to me, I don't know. I have no idea. So then you get to become a little bit of a detective. You get to show up in a little bit of a search engine mode in your own business to figure out if I was, insert your client avatar here, where would I find X? Is it on LinkedIn? Is it on Instagram? What platform am I using the most? Right? Because generally, if you are part of a generation, so millennials, right? If you're part of that, you know that you are more apt to go and search for things, right? So are you showing up on Pinterest a lot to find what you need? Are you searching or gathering your ideas from a specific platform? So sometimes that's Instagram. What are you searching on Instagram? Because those people are doing the same thing. So we have to understand what the behavior is of our ideal client and where they are showing up, because those are the spaces that we need to be showing up in. And those are the spaces that we need to invest in for organic traffic so that those people can see us. We can't just, if we have a blog, we can't just post and hope. Same thing with social media. We can't just post and hope. And I use the phrase post and hope because I learned that when I was in HR. We were in recruiting. So we often would have conversations of, you can't just post and hope that it goes out into the world and that people see it and will apply for your job. That can't be a thing because nobody's going to find it. So on the back end, we had to emphasis on our keywords. We had to put it out there, but also share to our immediate networks, right? We had to do a lot of finessing on the back end. It's the same type of thing for creating traffic that is organic to the things that you are putting out. So I want you to think about, what am I doing to invest in my online presence? Am I creating valuable content? And am I optimizing for the search engines and the social media that I'm on? And when you do all of those things, you can attract a steady stream of potential clients and customers who are actively seeking what it is that you offer. So when it comes to referrals or organic traffic, I want us to remember that both of those things are super important in our business, that we shouldn't leave out one or the other. But instead, if your business is feeling a little bit of resistance and not getting the organic traffic that you desire, I would invest a little bit of time on the back end of your website, on your social media channels, and the content that you're putting out. So I hope this episode was helpful. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to slide into my Instagram DMs. They're always open. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you heard something that helped you, I would love it if you would leave a review and share it with your friends. This helps more people just like you become inspired to move the needle of their big CEO energy into a positive direction. If you would like to learn more about how I can help you streamline and position your business for growth or lead your business as a CEO, feel free to jump into the show notes with all of the links to find me. And don't forget to head over to Instagram so we can be pals.